everyone. My name is Rajat Prakash. I have worked for legal and compliance sector in FMCG's industry, like food, fast moving consumer goods. My experience in legal and compliance part of FMCG sector has given me much knowledge about this. Today I am sharing one of few knowledge about this compliance part as for foods and beverages sector. Firstly, I would like to talk about the regulatory bodies in our country, which looks in and governs the legal and compliance part of foods and beverages industry. See, there is two main authorities in India which looks after the regulation of the foods which we eat, regulation of foods which the companies or which are sold in the market. First is the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, that is FSSAI, and the other body is Legal Metrology Department, which these two bodies are covered under the two legislations. First is covered under Food Safety and Standards Authority Standards Act 2006, and the Legal Metrology Department is covered under Legal Metrology Act. See, the FSSAI body is basically is formed to regulate the movement, regulate the production, manufacturing, trading of any food related items. See, FSSAI body basically provides a license to any food business operator or any individual in who is able to do kind of business, do any business like manufacturing or trading or wholesale or distributor or uh, any restaurant business or any hotel business. FSSAI body provides a license to each of these food business operators, and these licenses allow them to uh, continue their business and provide food services to the to common people. And the other body, Legal Metrology Department, they basically its work is to ensure the weights and measures of that food related items or beverages. And there are multiple declarations which are uh, required to be maintained, required to be written on every product. See, in general public, they don't they don't actually knows what kind of mandatory declarations are provided by the government authorities to be written on every product. FSSAI department tells us tells the food business operators in a guideline that you have to write every each and everything related to any food items, whether it is made of its natural ingredients, nutritional ingredients, it is made of milk, butter, ghee, everything. If if any food business operator do not follow any of these guidelines of FSSAI, you can always complain about it to the FSSAI department. And it is interesting to know that your complaint, any individual level of complaint given to these departments, they act on that complaint seriously, and they actually fines the food business companies a lot as per your complaint. So as a general public, we must know the mandatory declarations which are important for to be maintained by every food business companies on their product. And the other thing is Legal Metrology Department. Legal Metrology Department tells us about the few mandatory declarations which are important to be written on every product, like uh, name of the manufacturer, email of the manufacturer, country of origin, MRP. MRP inclusive of all taxes should be written on every product. If you find any thing which do not write MRP or inclusive of all taxes, you can always complain to legal metrology department. People don't do so in uh, general life, but once one individual must complain if they found any product. If you found ice cream which is not on which MRP is not written, you should always complain, because uh, from your complaint the department starts acting, and they give the notices to the companies that why you have not written the country of origin, why you have not written the MRP, and the penalties which department impose on these companies are very high. So, uh, as per my understanding, one should always know what are the guidelines which FSSAI recommend to every food business operators to follow, and legal metrology department gives all the um, food business companies to recommends food business companies to follow. So, like if we talk about the FSSAI department gives every food business operators license on a state level, and these FDA departments are in every district. Food and Drug Administration. These departments are in every district where where food samples are being tested. Sometimes what happen, the food safety officer, which are in any district, they usually inspect restaurants or storage warehouses or wherever food business is going on. They usually inspect and they check the sanitation, they check the food products, whether uh, it is fresh or not, whether its guidelines are complied by the food business operators or not. And if they found that they are not uh, complying with the guidelines of ASI, they impose huge penalties on food business companies. So it is very important to note that uh, there are many declarations and many guidelines which food business companies have to follow. As far as IP compliance is concerned, FSSAI never actually FSSAI had don't have any guideline regarding IP. They just usually focused on the symbols part. Like FSSAI always the veg mark and non-veg mark on any product is very important for FSSAI department. Because they have already provided a proper guideline that brown mark should be for the non-veg materials, and the brown mark should be in triangular shape and etc. So these kinds of guidelines which are very important to be marked by every food business companies. In the current scenario, what happens now, many food business companies are doing online everything, and uh, they usually publish their articles or in newspapers, in local newspapers. So in that scenario, when I was working with a restaurant company, what happened was, you opened a restaurant in a city, you uh, published a newspaper, you have published an article in newspaper in which you have provided a photo of many food articles, food articles containing veg and non-veg items both. Now, and you have not given any symbol, veg or non-veg symbol to those food articles, and it is now published in the city. And after publishing, when this newspaper article comes to uh, purview of comes to the view of Food and Drug Administration or FSI department of the local body, they started giving notice to the company, why you have not uh, uh, provided any symbol to this, because this is an advertisement, people will get misled, and people will not recognize that which is veg, which is non-veg. In photo you are looking at a kebab, okay, and people in general parlance tends to know kebab as a non-veg kebab, but still FSI department still focuses on, even if it is kebab, you should have given brown symbol again besides that kebab. And sometimes what happens, the challenges food business companies faces the challenges when they have published a new article जिसमें बहुत food items हैं, and they are confused कि where, which product should I mark as a veg, which product should I mark as a non-veg, if they are, if the photo contains a mixture of articles. In that scenario also, advertisement related because these are advertisements, and if you don't give any symbol, then FSI department consider is at a as a misleading advertisement, and then they impose huge penalty on that. They should be aware what kind of display panel size, uh, because FSI department has provided a proper guideline to this, and the rules 2011 rules of packaging and labeling properly talks about the labeling of any food article, how the food article should be labeled, what kind of symbol you should use for organic food, for inorganic foods, and what is the measurement of display panel, what will be the size, everything FSI has given to the food business companies to follow. For food business companies, I always used to have the a suggestion to make to food business companies, that FSI always tells the companies to mention everything about the food products, but I always wanted to suggest the food business companies that you mention only those things which you can prove, like if you talk about a toothpaste, visible white toothpaste, which claims in their ads that using these toothpaste, your teeth will be visibly white or invisible, completely white. If you can prove scientifically in the lab, then only you should declare any such kind of things. If you cannot, if you are not able to prove, like just say, if it's a pizza, you claim that my pizza is has this quality. So if you can prove scientifically that yes, your pizza has this quality, then only declare in your ads. Otherwise don't, because that thing will affect your business only, because FSI department will come against you if they got any complaint from any individual. So my suggestion to food business companies to show limited declarations. Don't show anything. Don't represent anything which you cannot prove, because at that time when Foresight gets the notice from an individual, they will test your food product, and if they don't find the thing which you are claiming, they will impose a heavy penalty on the company, because you are giving false misleading advertisement. uh, if I talk about those companies which you came on social media platforms, which they see their products also, if they are intelligent, when you buy their products, you should see their product uh, inch by inch, because they must have written somewhere in very small sizes, in very small font, that the declarations made by them might be not accurate. Okay, Many brands, I have seen many brands, uh, very clever, very cleverly, they have mentioned this thing. They have mentioned uh, in any words, in any sentence, but they have mentioned ki, what they we are representing might be not accurate, might be not true. Okay, and those companies which do not mentions these kind of lines on their product, you can always complain against that company in the FSSAI department or in the legal metrology department. You can always complain against those companies, and you will get compensation. In my past previous job, I also did this thing that we have prepared a presentation of all the guidelines which as a food business company we should be aware of FSI department, and we have represented and to the sales team, marketing team, and we have made a uh, like a meeting to every department of the company and made them aware of these guidelines, that you should do your work but within these limitations, what FSI department is suggesting, what they are giving the guidelines. So after that, sales and marketing department, they were aware and they were not exaggerating everything. They were not like going forward in saying anything and everything. First of all, if we talk about as a platform, because we are e-commerce platform which only provides a website and a platform to sell the products, but the products are not mine. From products manufacturer are some other companies, right? So what we have the knowledge of FSI and legal methodology. We know the mandatory declarations which every product should have. So these are kept in check while entering in the agreement with the manufacturing company. What happens that every distributor or every retailer which is selling the products of any company, like suppose take example of ITC or HUL, then we enter in a agreement with those companies before purchase, before selling their products, buying their products and then selling in the market. So at that time, we made sure to write in the agreement, to mention in the agreement that any kind of government violations which is incurred by on your product from the local government bodies, which is claimed by local government bodies, that responsibility totally jumps upon you. That responsibility would not be mine, because product is not ours. Product is the product is yours, manufacturing company. So at that time we made sure of this thing in the agreement, and later on, whenever these kinds of products, these kinds of notices we receive from the local government department, we directly transfers these notices to the manufacturing company, and uh, transfer this claim to the manufacturing company, and also reimburse from that company, take the reimbursement. The most important thing of being an aggregator or being a e-commerce platform, because a company which provides a e-commerce platform, that is only providing a platform to sell the articles, to sell the products which is manufactured by some other company. So if any kind of violation or any kind of violation is claimed by local bodies from legal methodology or FSI department, so those violations which came into the notice of the e-commerce platform, they transfer this claim to the manufacturing company, because the products are manufactured by them. Anything which is written on the product, is written by the manufacturing company, not by the e-commerce platform. So e-commerce platform, they are only providing storage services or retailing services. They are not the manufacturers. That is why any kind of claim or any kind of government violations which came to the notice, they usually transfers to the manufacturing company, as it is uh, already decided in the vendor agreement, which e-commerce platform enters into the manufacturing company in the at the first stage.